more units and allow him to overrun us even more effectively. Not that he needs it. There I am, bragging about the EMP from Ghost. EMPs can be quite effective against things such as stalkers. Their shields go down, and it seems like they're made of matchsticks that will just die extremely quickly. However, the problem is, with such an amassed force as that, you need a lot of EMPs to cover all the stalkers. And, you know, it's difficult. Daza, seeing that Patzorg has gone for a uniquely Marauder-based force, has decided to go for Immortals. Immortals extremely effective at countering Marauder attacks because of their shields, which reduce any damage from that is above 10 to exactly 10. Again, it's also extremely effective against those siege tanks that Tanaka has. Again, there's no way that we can repel this attack. We are both, me and Patzorg are caught completely out of position. I'm sending my meager force to help. Patzorg's larger force has even further to run in order to help. I try and get an EMP up in the middle of this group. Do I manage it? Let's find out. Let's see. Yes, I do, and I hit about 2 Stalkers and 8 Marines. Marines which don't have shields. Very nice use of an EMP, I don't think. Patzorg's Marauders coming in and destroying this Marine Marauder force of Legofu. However, Daza does notice the micros back his force until they get a few reinforcements, gets a nice arc going there, and basically destroys the attack, the arc force. There I am saying, don't give up, this is still, we could still win this, people! All is not lost. Of course, I turn out to be wrong. And there we are, now give up. We have absolutely no army. No army between all 3 of us to fight. Let's go have a look at the unit count. I have 6 Marines. Patzorg has 18 Marauders. Tanaka has 2 Banshees. Versus 12 Marauders, 36 Marines, 7 Marauders, 6 Marines, 4 Dark Templars, 7 Immortals, 11 Stalkers, and 3 Sentinels. It's not going to go well, is it? No. Finally, Patzorg getting the idea to maybe solidarity being the way to go and building a barracks inside my base to more quickly reinforce me. By this point, of course, it's way too late. Like, way, way too late. I'm going to speed it up because there is a lot of standing around reinforcing positions. Of course, if Team 2 had attacked now, they'd have won. If Team 2 attacks later, they'd have won. They're pretty much, you know, promised a win at this point, and, you know, they're toying with us at this point. They want a large, mass, glorious wave of troops, which they are achieving quite nicely. And this looks like it's about the time the attack is going to start. We see White Knight's forces joining Legofu's and Daza's, compared to our meager force of, how much is that, do you think? A couple of Marines is all I'm going to say. A couple of Marines. I have 1 siege tank, 21 Marines, and a Ghost. I'm not sure where my siege tank is. It's probably hiding. Probably knows that this is about to, it would get destroyed if I was to keep it. And here we go. Do I manage to even get an EMP off in the middle of those stalkers? No, I managed to get an EMP off in the middle of the Terran forces. God, that was terrible, wasn't it? And there we go. Basically, it's over for me. My base is under attack. My expansion has been destroyed. And it's over. I tell my allies, don't bother to send help. Amass your forces and see if you can make a push later. Patzor, not listening, he is going to save me whether I like it or not, and walks his Marauders straight into the line of fire. Not using attack move. If he had used attack move there, his Marauders would have automatically auto-target things there. As there, he completely forgot he'd sent his Marauders over, and they just kept walking as they were shot to pieces. Here, I move all of my buildings out. I'm like, base, run away, go command center, you can do this. If I can relocate, I might be able to start again. Of course, it's a lie. That would be impossible. But there you are. So, the slow, lumbering pace of my command center going to try and take this expansion over here, which, as you can see, has already been occupied. Here comes the attack, the continuous attack. No more playing around. They're going for a clean sweep, taking out Patzor's expansion, ripping it to shreds, taking out all his SCVs. As you know, normal. I don't even need to show this. What I do want to show you instead is a rush between two orbital command centers to take this expansion. Who do you think is going to win? Shall we find out? The flight of the command center. And yeah, turns out that Daza beat us both to it. It is kind of funny though. And it's always sad when you realize the reason that your base isn't getting destroyed as fast as it could be is because they can't get their massive army through your choke point fast enough. Not because of any skill on your part. Oh dear. And I'm going to speed up. This is near the end anyway. All you get to see is massive destruction. And while that is fun, we've seen enough of it in this game. Patzor completely destroyed. He's still got one command center over here. That's basically flying up. That's basically set itself down. When he found out, maybe he's hoping, I don't know, for a cohabitation, maybe shared resources. But Daza, having none of that, sending the invisible ninjas to destroy his orbital command center. And there's the GG. Okay, now that we've seen that game, we should probably go back and work out what my team would have need to have done better if they wanted to stand a chance. I've identified 4 key points that we need to improve on in order to make that game a bit more fair. The first point is economy. Starcraft 2 is an intensely economical game, where the person who captures the most mineral points will often have such a great advantage it is almost impossible for them to lose. In this game, only one person really expanded as they should have, and that was Daza. As you could see, he quickly gained quite a large portion of the map, and therefore was able to pump out units at a far superior rate than anyone else. This led to him dominating the later stages of the game. Another important note about economy is its ability to cripple someone. As you could see early on, my economy was extremely damaged due to an attack from their massed forces. This left me basically out of the game for the remaining time. Never underestimate the ability to take out someone's resources. Without them, they are basically a sitting duck waiting for you to rip them apart. The second point is to work as a team. This may seem obvious in a team-based game. However, too many people fall into the trap of playing as they learned in 1v1. I myself am one of these players. As the most experienced player, it fell to me to organize my group into a cohesive unit. I did not do this. Instead, I played as an individual, and we saw the results. The third point is slightly anecdotal, but still quite important. That is, use attack move. The most heartbreaking thing I saw in that game was Patzor's mob of marauders walking into the fire of the massed Team 2 army and not shooting back. The final point, and the most important, is be aggressive. From early harassment to rushes, aggression is key to Starcraft 2. The person who masters aggression and knows when to attack and when not to attack will quickly find themselves winning many games. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for taking time out to watch this StarCraft 2 commentary. I have been Gordonov, that's been StarCraft 2. Background music brought to you by Sleep from the album Sleep for Real.